Well, hello everyone. I'm here in Milan, Malpensa Airport, just about to fly to Luxembourg, where I am going to have, not in Luxembourg, but in northern France, two shows of Mussolini, and then next to Berlin. Then from Berlin, I'll fly back straight to Milan, and then I have another show near Varese, which is another city in northern Italy, on the 3rd of December. So today is the 28th. Tomorrow I have two shows, 29th. Then I am hopping on a bus, going to Berlin. Got another show on the 30th, another show on the 1st of December, flying back to Milan on the 2nd of December, and yet another show on the 3rd. And it's going to be messy because the two shows I'm supposed to have in northern France, it's a city near Luxembourg, Lonvier, are going to be in Italian. And then I have two shows in German. And then I show in English. Anyway, it's nice. It's very early. Look at the Christmas tree behind me. I'm sorry, I'm sleepy. I haven't slept all night. And right now it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. So basically, I just couldn't sleep. And I drove here to the airport. And now the flight is going to leave in a couple of hours. But because the airport is empty right now, I'm like the first person to actually enter this section of the airport, I wanted to just shoot a short video about the attention economy and what has been happening with theaters in Italy lately. When I say lately, I'm just saying after COVID. And it really is staggering. Kind of scary as well, but we have to take it with a pinch of salt with a very Zen attitude. So accepting reality for what it is. So quick recap. So what happened after COVID? One theater every 5 in Italy shut down. Lack of audience. Also, they just shut down because there's been a major influx of money coming from the European Union under something which is called, the acronym in Italian is PNRR, which means National Plan for Resilience or whatever it is. But anyway, basically, the European Union was just giving a massive amount of money to a lot of European countries in order to recover from COVID. And that money was also spent on theater here in Italy, but in a sort of extravagant manner, to say the least. So what happened, I'll just give you a couple of examples. There's a theater in Rome. I can say the name of the city is near Milan because that came out in the newspaper. They actually built this new theater, amazing theater. I actually performed that, like amazing, super cool theater with I think like 400 or 500 seats. I can't remember. The interior is all made of wood, soundproof, just bloody amazing, I must say. And what happened after a year that the theater was opened, so we performed there, if I'm not mistaken, in 2022. In 2023, the city council wanted to shut down the theater because it was too expensive to run. But it's like really expensive. If I'm not mistaken, it was like €1 million per year or something like that. So instead of having a theater, they thought about having a movie theater just for films, okay? And there's another theater where I performed last year, 2024, so winter of 2024. I cannot name it, unfortunately, but basically same story. This theater was built brand new with this money coming from the European Union, and then basically the city gave the theater in administration to be managed by a cultural association. It's still near Milan, by the way. And so what happened, they're running for a year. They had like a season, but anyway, with names and stuff. And then this year, I just looked at the program, and the thing went like down into the manhole. Now, why I'm saying that? Well, first of all, so as you can see, that there was a lot of money spent, but really is what we call a cathedral in the desert in Italian. So just like money spent everywhere. You have money, you have to spend it. Whenever the state gives you money, you must spend it. And yeah, so it was just spent in a sort of erratic and bizarre way without any foreplanning, okay? And but what's been happening really is that in Italy, and I'm sure in other countries as well, but Italy is at the forefront of this, and I'll explain why. basically theater is slowly dying. When I say theater, I mean like conventional theater, which for me is like storytelling, dramaturgy, heavy writing. Heavy writing doesn't mean that it has to be boring, but what I mean is, it has to be written, because in my mind and historically, theater is a branch of literature, okay? And so people don't go to see plays any longer, they go to see people. Now, it's the same story with music. Let me give an example. If you look at the top 10 charts from Spotify in the last 5 years, you will see that the majority of people appearing in these charts are solo singers, okay? With a few exceptions of bands. I think like Coldplay is one exception, but usually what you have the solo artist. Why is that? Well, because for a label, it's much easier to manage a person than to manage the brand of a band, okay? People engage more with a person, especially in social media, okay? Well, it's the same story with theater in Italy. And what you got a number of solo shows, but not only that, they're usually not stories. What you have slowly but surely advancing is people who are really big in social media, who don't know anything about acting on the stage at all, but still they bring people. And you gotta see that from the point of view of the venue. Now, in the background, let me tell you something about Italy. If you look at the statistics for reading, and I'm saying books reading, okay, Italy is not the last, not the penultimate, but the third last country in the European Union. I think more than 1/3 of Italians just read a book a year, just one. You can imagine. So what I'm saying is, you must have an audience which is kind of well prepared to see, well, not prepared, but at least curious about seeing something new, okay? And when you have one Italian out of three, and I'm sure lots of these people are very young for a number of reasons, that don't read books or anything like that, they go to the theater just to watch celebrities, basically. And nowadays it's social media celebrities. So this is important. This is the background. Probably in other countries is different. And to give you statistics, like I said, Italy, it's Italy at the bottom, then there's Romania, and then there's Cyprus, okay? But in Cyprus, it's sunny all the time. So at least they got an excuse. They got to go to the beach, all right? I don't know about Romania. But anyway, so like I said, if you speak about modern dramaturgy, basically it's non-existent in Italy. You can see that in movies as well, by the way, because theater and filmmaking, it really is linked to literature, okay? So writing stories. So, but back to what I was saying. So what's been happening is this, and that has increased after COVID tenfold, is that basically you have the sort of official program of a theater, and you will see a lot of solo artists. It doesn't matter. You just log on onto any Italian big theater. You're gonna see. Oops. Airport. Martinelli Mattia. I'm not gonna edit these videos because I'm just vlogging about my experiences, and. So, and on the side, what you have these sort of agents that represent these social media celebrities that are booking theaters and throwing these people on the stage, which is the end of theater, basically. I mean, these guys don't have any acting experience whatsoever. They're big on social media. Maybe they have a million followers. I could give you names, but right now I don't remember any. I spoke with a venue manager yesterday, and one of these big social media celebrities was supposed to have a show, and then it got cancelled because it did not get any audience. And I looked at the profile of this guy, I was just like, but anyway, but that's what is happening. So we got the attention economy, and you gotta see that from the perspective of the venue manager. It just makes sense. So you really have to be zen about it. This is reality, and that's why I started, really engaging myself pretty much heavily on social media, on YouTube, on my main channel. Okay, because reality is what it is. You cannot change it. You gotta follow the flow. Let go, be dragged. It's a Zen saying that comes from my show, Shaolin Clown. In any case, I'm digressing. I gotta say, so you put yourself in the place of the venue manager, all right? You have the evening audience that is decreasing. So in 2018, 2019, when I was speaking with all the venue managers, and I do tour a lot, they were saying that evening theater, the audience attendance was really decreasing, slowly but surely, okay? You still had youth theater that was holding on, but even there were cracks, okay? So you're running a venue, which costs money. Geographically, Italy, it really scatters out as far as the population is concerned. So you have lots of cities that have more than 1 million inhabitants: Naples, Palermo, Turin, Milan, Rome, and so on and so forth. It is unheard of having a show like in London that is, staged for 7 years or 6 years. I mean, if you do 2 weeks, there'll be a lot. 2 weeks is like, wow. But usually it's like a one-day thing. And you see the audience is decreasing. And a guy comes, this agent, and says, well, listen, I got this social media celebrity, and he's going to bring with him 2,000 people, and so how about that? And what the venue manager will say, yes, why not? Because of course it's got to recoup costs, okay? And in a way that helps him, just breaking even, because what he will do, he will hire the venue, or maybe do a box office split. But, usually what they do, they hire the venues just because they're afraid, especially at the beginning, social media celebrity, are they going to come and sell out and stuff like that? So for them, it's a way just to recoup money and cover costs. But what happened is, if you got a venue manager who's like old school, still likes theater, he will probably do that and still have some proper sort of theater shows in his venue or her venue. Otherwise, what happened is, there's a new generation of venue managers that basically don't give a toss about theater, and they just want to make money, which is okay, by the way. It's okay. I want to make money. You want to make money. Everybody wants to make money. But I think, people that start in this business have some kind of values attached. You don't do this. I mean, you do this because you sort of have a passion for it, okay? And so, like in my hometown, Turin, 2 theaters have been sold to a guy from Rome, and I will not tell you the names of the theater, but basically this guy probably received some money from the city council as well. And what he did, he changed the programs of both theaters, and he just put lots of social media guys inside his venue, solo shows. They're all from Rome, by the way. My take is that this guy is going to shut down in a couple of years or something like that, because I don't think he just knows the audience of the city that much. I may be wrong, by the way. He's taking the risk anyway. So, but what I'm saying here, everything is changing so fast, and really is changing. So nowadays, if you're a writer and a performer like me, you gotta be exposed to social media, like it or not. I mean, it's a must. Unfortunately, it is what it is, and also you're gonna have a lot of problems just presenting your work and just kind of climbing the ladder, so to speak, because what happens is, as the audience changes and the taste of the audience changes as well, it's just going to be very difficult to bring them inside a venue to watch sophisticated work, so to speak, okay? Even clowning can be sophisticated. So this is my take. That's one of the reasons why, one, I since the very beginning of my work, I wanted to, have a wider scope. And I'm really kind of obsessed with Asia, been obsessed with Asia in the last 2 years. Because, just to give an example, the country where books are read the most is India. Would you believe that? So Indians read a lot. They're ranked as number 1 in the world. And you can see that when you go see shows in India. And I'm going to go to India on the 8th of December. I'm going to attend a festival in Pune, and then another festival in Goa. And I just had the sensation that the stories, people were telling on the stage were just very, very interesting to me. I mean, I could feel a vibe. I found them really interesting. And, but I'll show you when I'm going to India. Anyway, I've been ranting for 15 minutes. But yeah, these videos just come spontaneously. And like I said, I just vlogging around Europe and Asia this year. So going to Luxembourg next, I'm gonna catch my flight. Having said that, guys, have a good life and enjoy life. You only have this one. Ciao.